The news story that set my amygdala most intensely a-Twitter this week was that of two video journalists murdered on live TV. It was shocking, horrific, and of course, viral video. Sudden, seemingly inexplicable violence can be fascinatingly explained from within the bucket of biology, as is done by Professor Robert Sapolsky in the intro to his Stanford course, Human Behavioral Biology.
We start off with a scenario. 40-year-old guy, quiet suburban life, married, 15 years, 2 kids, 3.5 dogs, everything's standard, everything's going wonderfully. And one day, out of nowhere, he punches somebody in the face at work. Totally bizarre, out of character. The guy is standing there by the water cooler and makes some comment on some baseball team, takes exception to it, punches him in the face. Utterly strange. Things are quiet. 3 months later, his wife of 15 years, happy marriage, discovers he's having an affair with a 16-year-old checkout kid down at the Safeway. Really weird. Then 3 months after that, he absconds with all the money at work, embezzles it, disappears, and is never seen again. 3 possibilities. First one, this guy is a truly deep creep. Second, he is having the most immature midlife crisis you could ever imagine. Third possibility, he has a mutation in one gene in his head. And what we'll be seeing is this is exactly the profile that you get in a certain neurological disease where it's one gene that's out of whack. First demonstration of that.
As far as I know, no one is claiming that the killings of Allison Parker and Adam Ward were in any way connected to anyone's faulty genes. The point is that human behavior can have specific and comprehensible biological explanations. A bit more from Professor Sapolsky.
Okay, these all have something in common. Having your period, having a brain tumor, eating a lot of junk food, and taking a lot of anabolic steroids. Anybody want to fathom a guess what's the commonality amongst the 4 of them? All of these have been used successfully in courts of law to explain the behavior of a murderer. In the first case, a number of cases where the fact that a woman was having her period at the time of killing someone was part of what a jury said led them to exonerate the person. A literature showing that a disproportionate share of female aggression comes around the time of menses. Next one, there is an area of the brain you will know oh so much about over the next 3 months called the amygdala that has something to do with aggression and has something to do with fear. And you get a brain tumor there, and in a number of cases you get someone who is uncontrollably violent. And this has also been used successfully in a court of law. Junk food. Any of you who are San Francisco history buffs will know 20 years ago, 30 years ago, Dan White, a disappointed office seeker, assassinated the mayor of San Francisco along with Harvey Milk. And as part of his remarkably successful defense for a double murderer that led to a remarkably short jail sentence was the famed Twinkie defense. The argument that his addiction to junk food caused wild fluctuations in his blood sugar levels, which caused him to do that. Finally, anabolic steroids. Any number of cases of people having uncontrolled violence arguing because they were weightlifters in a wildly abusive range of taking this stuff had something to do with violence. Put all 4 of these together and we get the first of the 2 points of this entire course, which is sometimes the stuff that's going on in your body can dramatically influence what goes on in your brain. Second critical point. Tonight, when you've settled back down and you're ready to go to sleep and you're nice and relaxed and your heart's beating nice and slow, think the following thought. You know, that heart isn't going to beat forever. Think about your lips turning blue after that. Think about the blood flow slowing down. Think about your feet and your toes getting cold. And at that point, you will probably be increasing the rate at which that heart beats. And you will have just seen the second key thing in this course, which is sometimes what's going on in your head will affect every single outpost in your body.
Again, I am not claiming that genes or hormones or nachos are implicated in this particular act of violence, but more broadly that behavior and biology are inextricable. So when we hear tales of seemingly mind-boggling violence, the most interesting question might not be, what was he thinking? But rather, what was his body secreting? And I'm Aaron Freeman. Thank you so much for watching, and please ignore the chickens. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe below. Also comment. I would love to hear your thoughts on neurobiology, behavioral biology, and the Chicago Council on Science and Technology. You would adore knowing the areas of science you are interested in exploring. And on Tuesday, September 1st, at the Geek Bar, 1941 West North Avenue, you can meet Chicago behavioral biologist Dr. Paula Skye Tallman, and she will talk to the C2ST gang about why being poor can also make you sick. So, thank you very much. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope this is the best day of your life.